fast-paced montage of people doing 100 crunches, using confusing up machines, or doing endless Russian twists. If you are still spending 20 minutes at the end of your workout doing endless crunches, bicycle kicks, and side bends just trying to get your core to show up, I need you to stop right now. You've been lied to by the fitness industry. They want you to believe that getting a defined midsection requires a 12-exercise circuit that leaves you unable to sit up the next morning. The truth is your core is a muscle group, just like your chest or your biceps. It doesn't need volume, it needs intensity and efficiency. If you select the right movements that target the exact biomechanical functions of the abdomen. You only need 3 exercises to build elite definition. Today, we are cutting out the fluff here, are the only 3 core exercises you actually need. Let's start with the lower abs and deep core stabilization. Most people think the main job of the abs is to flex the spine like in a crunch. But its most important job is actually anti-extension, preventing your lower back from arching under pressure. And nothing does this better than the hanging leg raise or the hanging knee raise. Here is the critical mistake 90% of people make. They just swing their legs up using their hip flexors. If your lower back stays perfectly straight or arched, your abs aren't doing the heavy lifting. To get maximum muscle definition, you have to initiate the movement by tilting your pelvis upward. Think about rolling your belly button up toward your chest. If hanging from a bar is too difficult for your grip, or your lower back hurts, transition to the laying reverse crunch. Grab a heavy dumbbell or bench behind your head for leverage, and focus on lifting your hips off the floor using your lower abs. Shoot for 3 sets of 10 to 12 perfectly controlled repetitions. Next, we need to talk about the sides of your core, the obliques. This is what creates that framing effect that gives your midsection a lean, defined look. But instead of doing side bends with dumbbells, which can actually widen your waistline over time, we want to train rotation under load. Enter the cable wood chopper or the kneeling cable crunch with a twist. Why cables? Because they provide constant tension throughout the entire range of motion. When you perform a wood chopper, your arms are just levers. Do not pull with your shoulders or your arms. Lock your elbows slightly, brace your stomach, and force your obliques to rotate your entire torso. Control the weight on the way back. The negative portion of the rep, the eccentric phase, is where a massive amount of muscle definition is built. Aim for 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps per side. Keep the weight moderate. Focus entirely on the squeeze. Finally, we have to look at the classic six-pack muscle itself, the rectus abdominis. To make these muscle bellies pop enough to be visible, you have to apply the principle of progressive overload. Just like you would on a bench press, bodyweight crunches on the floor stop being effective very quickly. The absolute king of loaded flexion is the kneeling cable crunch. Listen carefully, because almost everyone does this wrong. Look at my hips right now. They're locked in place. If you sit backward onto your heels as you pull down, you are using your hip flexors and your body weight to move the cable. Instead, anchor your hips. Put the rope against your head or collarbone. Your goal is to try and touch your elbows to your knees by rolling your spine into a ball. Exhale every single ounce of air at the bottom of the movement to force a deeper contraction. If you do this right, 3 sets of 12 reps with a challenging weight will do more for your core definition than 500 standard crunches ever could. Now, I have to be completely honest with you. You can build the most powerful, defined, well-sculpted core muscles on the planet using these 3 movements. But if they are hidden under a layer of body fat, no one will ever see them. Definition is a 2-part equation, muscle hypertrophy, which we just solved with these 3 exercises, and body fat percentage. To see the definition you're working so hard for, you need to combine this routine with a slight caloric deficit. Drink your water, hit your protein goals, and let the kitchen reveal the work you're doing in the gym. Run this exact routine to 2-3 times a week at the end of your normal sessions. Stop wasting hours on fluff exercises that don't yield results. Focus on these 3, master the execution, and watch your midsection completely change. If this simplified approach to fitness makes sense to you, hit that subscribe button Drop a comment with which exercise you're adding to your next workout, and I'll see you in the next video.